defend. They will have blood on their mind. They'll have the back of the net on their mind. But headed clear, headed into the center, and eventually traded away for a throw. So that's a bit of a cagey midfield affair at the moment. Just keep on sending the ball forward. Want to keep on asking the questions. Force Telangana into going back into their defensive shell because they know that if Telangana manages to shake off that early jitter, they are going to be an extremely vicious and extremely menacing contingent, and it will not be easy to stop that attacking flow, the cascade of attacks that would ensue, that can go ahead and bring Odisha's spirits down. So that is why it's important for them to keep Telangana confined to their own half. If they start allowing Telangana that space, you may very soon start seeing the ball getting into that attacking third quite more frequently than you are witnessing at the moment. So quite a fine start this has been. Quite an incredible start to the contest. Quite a frenetic first half. A decent box-to-box action wherein the ball has actually stayed well within each other's reach. Both the goalkeepers being summoned into action early, wherein Ishan Sarkar had to pull off a fine save to deny Odisha. And at the same time, it was Telangana who shot wide and eventually had to be satisfied with an opportunity that was not going their way because it was off target. And now a ball that is being sent down that far right. Can he get at the end of it? No, it won't. It will be a throw, and now in favor of Odisha. Quite a fine start already. Quite a decent start actually. Quite a decent exchange of affair after those initial couple of ventures into each other's half. Both the teams have now settled with the objective of dominating the midfield. As the footballing maxim goes, you dominate the midfield, you dominate the game. So both the teams are now focused on winning the midfield. Just to give you a heads up about the formations that these two teams have, Odisha has a very interesting formation. They have gone for a five-man defense. So it's a 5-4-1 formation that Odisha has resorted themselves to. Wherein for Telangana, they have went for a normal 4-4-2 formation. So it's kind of a normal unit that we all follow. There's a player down of Telangana and the referee quickly summoning over the medico just to give the attention. Now, as far as the opening 7 minutes of the game stands, as far as the story dictates, let us all tell you that both the sides have started on a pretty uproarious note. They have opened the game so it didn't really bother the opposition goalkeeper. Just moments later, probably a minute later, we saw Odisha with an emphatic infringement of the opposition defense and a phenomenal cross floating down that right, and also a thumping header that was saved with tantamount brilliance by the goalkeeper of Telangana, Ishan Sarkar, who has substituted Syed Sabbar Hussain Razvi from the previous match. So he will definitely be taking the charge of the woodwork. He will be protecting his team's fortress, and he will definitely be the last guard of the citadel. So when you become the last guard of the citadel, it is important that you continue to come out in flying colors. You are the man who cannot afford to commit a single error. Because as football goes, or as the history of football goes, all errors can be forgiven, but not the error of a goalkeeper, because it leads to the downfall of your citadel. A fine snatch there from Telangana in the central midfield. And now they're trying to bomb down that left flank, kept the ball in their control for quite a while now before Odisha made a foot in, made an intervention, and eventually traded away for a throw. Now the throw was taken, but this time they couldn't control the ball in their favor. It ruled out of play, imparting a throw in now in favor of Odisha. Odisha quickly assessing their options before the throw was taken. And now the throw was not well taken. The ball did fall back to Telangana, but they were not decent enough to keep it under control. While they were trying to keep the ball, or rather pass it to a player on that far left wing, unfortunately they overpowered their shot and it rolled out of play. And now Odisha has the ball in their control. They're darting forward. They're trying to make vehement inroads already. Now sends another ball forward, but headed away by an alert Telangana midfield. Odisha trying to slow down the tempo. They started the game on a pretty fast note. Now they want the game to bring down to their own tempo. They want to bring the game down to a position that would force Odisha, or rather that would force Telangana to come out and chase the ball, probably teasing them the counter attack that they always look forward to. That was a bit of a push, but the referee says that the ball was won cleanly. Most likely, he lost his balance and he took a tumble. So these things are common again. Football is a body contact game, so at times you take a tumble after losing your balance, or there are times when you're unable to keep your footing and you end up conceding possession. So all these things keep on happening because that's football. That's the best part of football, and I guess that is exactly what makes this game a very interesting affair. It makes, or it introduces you to a different spectrum altogether. And tournaments like these, like the Hero National Football Championship, this is where Indian football starts taking flight. This is where the professional edition. Oh, this is a fine ball from Odisha. Takes the shot and finds the back of the net. But then he'll not have. Is that confirmed? It seems like yes. There was a doubt that whether the flag has went up. Well, actually, the flag did go up, so the goal was not confirmed. However, it was a fine move nonetheless. We had to wait for the clarification. So apologies for the same, ladies and gentlemen. But what a move that was. They spotted the run perfectly. He just mistimed his run by a second or two. And that, had he been on time, had he started the run exactly on time, that could have been that opener. It was a phenomenal, well collaborated move from Odisha. Spotted the run, spotted the player, and then played that defense-splitting pass. Once again, Telangana's goalkeeping woes coming to the fore. He had no idea where the ball was. He started way off late, and by the time he was midway, the ball was already in the back of the net. You'll have to be a lot more careful. This time the flag saved them. They were fortunate enough that opener didn't go into the back of the net. But the goalkeeper will have to pull off a lot more effort, and this was a fine save there. Darting off his line, Ishan Sarkar, and eventually collecting the ball comfortably at the end of the day. So both the teams have actually been pretty evenly balanced, to be honest. Both the teams have actually drove forward. This is a fine ball this time. Telangana hoping to clinch onto it at that far left wing. But then a phenomenal piece of defensive work from Odisha would deny them. It has been traded away for a throw, but the danger is still not over. But Odisha comes knocking again, sends across towards the goal. But the goalkeeper of Odisha darting forward, Ankit Bhoya, and collecting it comfortably. And now playing it forward and the most simplest of fashions. However, now a back pass and a few lateral passes will follow. Odisha taking their time. They want to get things in place from the back. They're not much of a believer of the Route 1 brand of football. So just to give you a context, Route 1 brand of football is where you start launching those downtown deliveries and you hope for a target man, you hope for a sharp shooter, you hope for a predator awaiting those balls, and eventually when the opportunity comes knocking on the door, they use it, they exploit it to the fullest and bang open the door. So that's interesting, that's intriguing. But again, not all the teams manage to succeed in a Route 1 brand of football, because usually you need a very tall target man to actually get at the end of it. So all the teams that have played this kind of football, they've had one of a prolific target man. Now a fine cross there from the left coming in, and it was Odisha. However, there wasn't any player bouncing upon it, so way too much time for the Telangana goalkeeper to come out and collect it. And now a long ball this time. Telangana will be desperate to control it, but eventually will have to concede possession. The ball's gone out of play, and now it has gone all the way to Telangana for a quick throw-in. Takes it on that far left, tries to control it, but eventually miscues his effort in an attempt to actually divert it towards the center of the field. He ends up sending it out of bounds, and a comfortable goal kick at the end of the day for Odisha. The Odisha goalkeeper hasn't been troubled much like the Telangana goalkeeper. So this kind of this is an important piece of statistic that you need to take note of, that this kind of denotes the fact, this signifies the fact that Odisha has definitely been the more assertive side. I won't exactly use the word dominant because it has been so far a pretty even Stevens affair. Now this can be a fine run. Odisha has a chance. The goalkeeper bombs forward and collects it. This was another great opportunity. A phenomenal pass being sent down the way in the stride of the Odisha attacker. And eventually, it's the goalkeeper of Telangana, Ishan Sarkar, once again coming to the deliverance of the men in white and yellow. The home team asking all the right questions here, even though they haven't been successful so far in breaking the deadlock. But they do not hesitate in coming in waves. They keep on attacking. Now, if you see the formation at the moment, they've kind of switched it on a bit. They've changed from 4-4-2 to a defensive midfielder. So now it's somewhat of 4-1 and 4-1. So that's the formation that they are playing at the moment. They brought a defender a bit down. They are connecting both the sides and they are playing from the backward. So this is a whole level of football. This is kind of an entirety of football being played at the moment by Odisha. And so far, they have asserted themselves in a pretty firm note upon Telangana. And it seems that Telangana still desperately scrambling for some shelter from the repeated salvo, from the grit and gumption of Odisha. This is a fine dummy chance for him to unload an effort. Takes the shot, but drags it wide. He didn't have the required space for him to go ahead and drill that into the back of the net. There were two Telangana defenders covering him up, so whatever space he had, he wanted to pull the trigger, and he did, but it was way off target. So that's quite a phenomenal start so far for Odisha. Even though the back of the net has still eluded them, and Telangana living dangerously on the edge, they will have to find an answer. This is exactly what unfurled in the previous game as well. But the best part about the game for Telangana is that they have not conceded yet. So they have all the time and momentum and space to go forward. They have a well-oiled attacking unit. So they can build from the back. They have the opportunity of launching those balls forward, and they have that opportunity of probably asking a question or two to Odisha. But if they slip away from the game so early, if they allow Odisha to come, problem begin. Odisha once again on the far right sends across down that central channel. So far they were unable to control, and now Telangana back on the ball. Submitted possession at a very dangerous position. They'll have to be a lot more careful when they are on the ball in their own half. This can lead to some severe problems. If the defense open up, there are already chinks forming, and Odisha can see them. The chinks are getting slowly palpable, and if it keeps on growing, these chinks would turn into huge crevasses, which Odisha will not hesitate to exploit. The fact that they have put 5 goals past Pondicherry in the preceding game will give them the confidence that they have the required firepower to make good use of all the salvo that they have started stitching up front. And now, this is another move from Odisha, and this time they try to launch a ball forward, but it seems that Telangana will have the required personnel in dealing with that. The goalkeeper eventually comes out and plays a short pass. Now again, trying to take some time, keeping the Odisha attackers at bay. But it seems that Odisha is on a high press move right now. They still have the ball and they're trying to build an attack from the left. However, he couldn't control the ball. The ball had a bit too much weight before he could whip that cross into the center. So yes, as the game stands, it is still locked at a 0-0 impasse. However, as the narrative of the contest goes, Telangana has been on the back foot. They have defended, however, resolutely, wherein Odisha, despite being on the front foot, have struggled to find the back of the net. If they will have to find the back of the net, they'll have to be a lot more incisive and a lot more precise when it comes to the attacking third. When it comes to sending those crosses in, when it comes to creating those small pockets of spaces that will impart them that early leeway from which they can sniff a goal. However, Odisha has been defensively solid. Whatever attacking fragments has rained down their way from the men in white has been well dealt. Telangana now trying to stitch a few important passes in the defense. They have conceded the ball again. This has been a repeated motif in the game so far. But once again, Odisha could not capitalize, and only time will say that whether this profligacy from the men in blue pay. And this time the defender had to put in a staunch header to trade it away for a corner. There was a player waiting at that far left, hoping to get at the end of the ball and probably try and unload an effort on the goal. However, before the ball could have reached him, the defender of Odisha, keeping his head tall and ensuring that he had taken care of it with due care. It's a corner now for Telangana. A chance for them to ask a question to Odisha. A chance for them to breathe. A chance for them to script an opener for themselves. He floats in the corner. The corner is way off target. There was a player there at the far right wing. And before he could get it, the Odisha defenders ensuring that there wasn't any harm done. Trading it away for a throw-in now. It's a throw-in from Telangana. Once again, heading it away for another corner. They do not want to take any risk at the moment. Odisha know that they have been the better side of the two, and they would like to keep things that way despite the growing pressure from Telangana. A couple of quick corners in a span of just 1 minute will help a lot in building their confidence. Quick acknowledgement of the positional advancements of the players. Floats that corner right into the box and not headed towards the goal. And Odisha will have all the time to clear the ball, but apparently it was Telangana who managed to get the ball, and while they were trying to create a chance forward, it seems that Praveen Tigga has ended up fouling an attacker. So that's going to be a free kick, and this is a free kick from a pretty dangerous position, to be honest. They'll have a shy at goal for sure. They have the range, they have the required sharpshooter who can actually probe the goalkeeper from that range. So this is going to be an interesting move, and as things stand right now, Telangana has started asking a few important questions that Odisha will need to answer. They're taking their time, they are in no hurry at the moment. We have Solai and Shafiq Mohammed on the free kick. Any one of them will be probably sending them goal bound. It's Shafiq Mohammed. No, it's Solai who takes that. Oh, it's a fine collection at the end of the day by the goalkeeper. It was straight in the trajectory where the goalkeeper was placed, so no troubles whatsoever for the goalkeeper of Odisha, Ankit Bhoya, to collect it, standing right at the center of the woodwork. So some decent action now, some decent box-to-box action, some decent attacking intent from both the teams, and definitely the salvo that has been stitched early in the game kind of warrants the aggression coming forward. A few passes left and right. Now sends another ball towards that far right. Odisha still trying to keep the ball in their control. They're trying to dictate the possession as well. It's quite a run here for Pintu Shamal on that right. It was a combination of Pintu Shamal and Sheikh Farid upon the Telangana defender. Well, apologies, it wasn't Sheikh Shahid, but it was Bijay Behera. And now a throw in here. It's going to be a free kick in favor of Telangana, and we have Shafiq Mohammed, the captain of Telangana, the leader of defense, who would like to send another ball forward. So far, as things stand, open plays haven't been that beneficial or conducive to Telangana. They have relied a lot on their set pieces to do the job, at least in this game. And the story still remains. Whenever open play is concerned, there's been very few successes for Telangana. Once again, a miscued pass, not a pretty decent one that would make the Telangana coach happy. Odisha has a chance to send a quick throw forward. Continuous push there, the referee blowing his whistle. Not really happy, the captain of Telangana, Shafiq Mohammed, not happy with the decision. And eventually the free kick going Telangana's way actually. And now that has started begging a few questions from Odisha as well. So these things happen in football, they're absolutely natural, and you've just got to you just got to deal with that at that point in time and then focus on the football. Because on any given day, the sport is greater than all these trivialities. A free kick here for Shafiq Mohammed, an opportunity for him to divert it towards the goal, quickly sends it, then it actually fell out. An opportunity for Telangana to unleash in shot. They do take a shot actually, but it was way off target. It actually went for the skies, it was shot for the skies. That won't bother Odisha at all. A miscued effort from that far for range, well, you need a lot more than that to trouble a solid defense. A defense that was playing a 5-man rear guard a few moments back, and now it has gone up to 4 defenders and 1 defensive midfielder. And now a ball that was sent for that player on the far right of Telangana, he'll eventually stop the run because it was way overpowered. You need to check out your punches. You cannot throw them like as if that you can just put in all the weight behind them and you expect your players to reach them. It's not that easy. You have to be perfect. You have to be clinically precise when you execute those long passes, because ultimately at the end of the day, these are the passes that will give you that all-important goal, that will give you that all-important opening finish. Decent pass now, Odisha just trying to twist and turn here, and Telangana defender was not really sure of what he was doing. He wanted to stop him for sure. It wasn't really defender, it was Rasik Ahmed Khan, the leading goal scorer for Telangana. He's got 4 goals in the tournament already, and it all came in the first game. So while he was trying to thwart the Odisha player from taking a turn and actually dart forward, he ended up with a cumbersome challenge, allowing the referee to impart a free kick to the men in blue. A quick free kick taken, pretty much on the ground. And now Telangana has a chance to break. They're sending their men forward. They have the ball. They have the control. They have the required courage to probably break open the Odisha defense. Even for a brief moment, they have regained control of the ball. Now the ball's fallen for them in the center. What a shot that would be! An absolutely clinical strike. It is Solai with the finish. You won't see a better strike than that. And Telangana has taken the front seat. What a phenomenal finish. Absolutely glorious. They kept on knocking on the door, and eventually the results have arrived. It took them a while. Odisha slowly allowing them to get back into the game. And while this contest kept on going, while the two teams kept on hammering at each other, it was Salai who had an iota of an opportunity and volleyed it into the back of the net with absolute precision. What a finish, a glorious strike from Solai has helped Telangana secure an early lead. Now the question is, does Odisha have the required firepower to restore parity? Does Odisha have the required personnel to show them that even they are equally up for the task. Does Odisha have the required mettle to prove themselves in front of a trailing goal? Only time will be revealing all the answers. And at the moment, as things stand, Telangana is on the move again. They have a goal early, another opportunity. Can they unload an effort? But this time, the defender waylaying the opportunity that they wanted to get, a pass that was sent down that central channel. And now it's Odisha on the move. It's Behera who's trying not once but twice. So again, his team will also be relying on him to bring the firepower. As the footballing maxim goes, no matter how dominant you are, no matter how assertive you are, if you are not taking your opportunities, you will have to pay the price. And that is exactly so far what has happened with Odisha. They were definitely dominant in the first half. They were definitely dominant in the first 30 minutes. But Telangana kept on knocking on the doors in scraps, in parts, and one of those moves have eventually given way. And what a finish was that from Solai. He took it on the turn and that to a volley. It's never easy to put the volley to such clinical accuracy. But Solai managed to find the back of the net with that strike. And he was obviously the favorite for Telangana to find that opener, and he has done justice to his name. Another long cross comes floating in. This time it was off target. So unfortunate, however. Look at this shot. This time going for glory himself from range, but it was way off target. It's not easy actually to keep your target from such an acute angle. Quick few passes being played, and Odisha just taking their time. Do not want to hurry at all. Trying to stitch the attack from the back. Srinath with the ball. He sent it forward now. Advin Turkey sending another, driving the ball forward. There's a chance for Odisha. The goalkeeper of Telangana, Ishan Sarkar, who has so far had a pretty busy first half, will eventually come out and collect it. And now a long goal kick to ensure that no harm has been done. Clearing their danger lines. Odisha will have to show the courage, will have to show the resolve of moving forward, will have to start asking the questions again. Well, definitely a goal changes a lot of the equation. A goal changes the entire complexion of the fixture. But that doesn't mean that that will dampen your spirits. If you are ravenous for a strike, if you are ravenous to restore parity, if you are passionate about coming back in the game, if you have the intent in your sails, there will be a way. You just need to be a bit more careful. Another long ball this time, another opportunity for Telangana to send the ball from the right. Well. A crucial defensive intervention there coming in the way. This was a fine piece of defense from Rakesh Oram, the captain. Raja Debnath was right there waiting for that ball, and eventually he was denied of that opportunity. And now Telangana captain taking his time there. He knows that they have the lead and they like to go in this way into the half time. That is more important, that they protect the lead. That is way too important, because a lead like this, a slender lead like this, it does a world of good to your momentum, but it also warrants utmost attention from your side. It also warrants that you cannot have a single moment if concentration lapse. It also warrants that you will have to be on your toes. You will need all hands on deck to protect. A fine corner there. The ball still remains in control of Odisha, but then while he tried to control it, the ball bobbled up a bit too much to his liking and it touched his hand. So that would go out as a free kick in favor of Odisha. Praveen Tigga with the ball now. Quickly looking around for an opportunity. It goes to Srinath D on that far right. Srinati changing the course of the game to Advin Turkey. Advin Turkey sending the ball forward while they were trying to collect it. The Telangana captain ends up fouling his counterpart. So it's a free kick, a chance for Odisha to probably find themselves back in the game. It's Advin Turkey on the ball. We also have Pintu Shamal and we have Srinath D converging on the opportunity. So Advin Turkey has moved on into the center. So Srinath D and Pintu Shamal are right now on the ball, just hoping to probably send one effort towards the goal. They're all set now. It's Srinath with the ball, hoping to find Pintu on the run. Unfortunate, however, Pintu cut short his run, hoping that Srinath will actually be sending it towards the goal. Another opportunity goes begging for Odisha, and this has been the story so far. They have definitely been the more attacking side of these two teams, but they have lacked the incision, they have lacked the required firepower to actually convert the opportunities that have fallen their way. They have somehow lacked the execution as well, and that is where the major part of all their hard work has come apart at the seams. That's the problem. It's a throw in now for Odisha from the left. Praveen Tigga has the ball with him. Quickly sends the ball forward. The ball is bouncing in the air, but then the Telangana defender will show enough resolve to clear their lines and eventually relaunch an attack of their own. But now Telangana will have to once again get busy defending because Odisha has the ball and pretty much in the danger zone. Now this is an opportunity here. The referee has blown a whistle. The yellow card coming out here for the Odisha attacker there. We'll quickly confirm who was the man who was given the card. There's a player down. It's most likely Ryan bin Sohail who's copped that blow. Well, again, that was definitely unintentional. Both of them went for the ball, but football is a body contact sport, so you can expect these kind of things to happen. Despite the fact that it's going to be unintentional, but none of the teams will take a back seat when it comes to defending, when it comes to probably launching attacks or snatching the ball. So in that process, a lot of the players overcome it themselves and eventually injuries do follow. But it's absolutely normal. And as things stand, we have actually witnessed a pretty frenetic encounter between two amazing sides. Odisha definitely the more assertive of the two, but as the scoreline suggests and as the equation stands, it is currently Telangana who has the lead in their favor. It was a phenomenal strike from Solai Malai who got themselves ahead. And ever since then, Telangana has actually returned to the match. Despite Odisha's infringements, they still stand tall and they still manage to keep on driving the balls forward. They're still awaiting confirmation of the booking that happened a few moments back. But as things stand again, we'll get back to the match. Final 7 minutes of the first half regulation time coming up. And here's a long throw from Telangana. Once again, the ball being launched towards that center zone, the deadly attacking zone towards that 6-yard box, and eventually traded away for a corner. As we mentioned, that Telangana at times can be pretty vicious from these set pieces. They can be lurking forward. They can be hoping to assert themselves in an even more menacing fashion. Something that would slowly start getting punishing for Odisha as the game progresses. The corners floated in. Nobody manages to get at the end of it, and eventually the referee blowing the whistle, considering the push that was there on the defender in the box. Praveen Tigga with the ball again now. Passes it laterally. to Srinath D. Srinath has the ball. And here's the confirmation of the yellow card. It was Vijay Bera of Odisha who was given the yellow card. It was the 37th minute when the yellow card came out, and we've already seen 3 minutes of incessant action following suit. And now Odisha firmly in the driver's seat. Again, when it comes to the attacking index, but when it comes to finding the back of the net, we have already seen Telangana doing it in emphatic fashion, doing it in stunning fashion. A bit of a tussle there from Mbaklang Nongklaw in the middle. Plays it back to his skipper. A fine piece of defensive work again. Sends it forward. Now the game's getting a bit too scrappy, a bit too cagey. Once again, a chance here. Telangana coming close. It was Solai who was on the prowl, just hoping if he could get another whiff at the ball and probably unleash an effort. Well, as the formation of the game stands, you can clearly see that these two teams will have to build from the back, or especially Odisha. They have actually focused more on building the game, wherein Telangana, they have depended on their strikers, on their attackers to do the job, to be precise. And now, after a bit of a scramble there, it's eventually Ryan Bilsoheb who sent the ball once again to that far right. And it is Solai this time trying to create an opportunity from the right. The ball's now switched its allegiance to the central channel. Now to the left. Sends it scoring down that centre again. But before anybody could have met it with some substantial force, it was Hangzhou who was chasing the ball. And the goalkeeper too was on a race. But there was no probable opportunity that came each other's way. Quickly a pass here. Odisha just trying again to stitch the game from the back. That has been their mantra so far. They've done a decent job. They've done by a pretty firm. They've actually tried and pushed hard. They've just not found the back of the net. That's the problem. Another ball sent forward here. And it still remains with that player. This is a golden opportunity. A chance comes out. The goalkeeper coming out of his line. Open net, gaping for Odisha. And somehow they have managed to drag it wide. Would you believe that it was Chandra Maduli who had all the time and the space and an entire goal gaping at him? All he needed to do was just place it to perfection. However, we can see that the Telangana goalkeeper is down and he's receiving some treatment here. Now this can be a costly miss for Odisha. They had all the time and space in the world to equalize. The goalkeeper came out of his line, had a collision with an Odisha player. The game actually continued. The referee didn't bother to blaze his flag on because it wasn't the phase of the play. And Chandra Maduli had a golden chance, be falling his feet. All he needed to do was just calmly tap it home. But then, in an effort to keep it under control, he eventually dragged it wide. Unfortunate, however. But nonetheless, right now the focus is on both the players getting back up. Things like these keep on happening, as we say, that football is a body contact game. And as the rules of FIFA state, if a goalkeeper has copped an injury, he'll have to be treated on the field. A bit of cheers there amongst the Telangana players. They know that another danger has elapsed with the scoreline still remaining intact. Here's the coach, quite an eminent luminary of Indian football, Shabbir Ali. He'll be definitely taking notice. And here's the coach of Odisha as well. He'll like to get some momentum going his way, some fortune going his way. Definitely Odisha needs some luck because the chance that they created a few seconds back could have been absolutely devastating. They could have actually restored parity, and that too in grand fashion. And a yellow card coming out here for the coach of Odisha. Not a happy man here, quickly giving up a thumbs up, and things like this happen. But at the end of the day, this is football, and there are rules and regulations that the referees lay down. So you'll have to abide by them, unfortunately, even if you don't like it. We are heading towards the final few seconds of the first half. And now Telangana once again has the chance. Oh, sends a lovely ball forward. And Mboklang Nongklao has the ball with him. Quickly sends it in. The far right header comes in, but the header was wide. There wasn't enough angle for him to actually power it. He was kind of in an awkward position when he went for that leap and tried to head it. 5 minutes of additional time has been granted at the end of the first half. So what an electric contest we are already witnessing here. Telangana currently having the lead, and it is through a fine strike from Salai. And eventually, post that, we have seen Odisha pulling all the right strings. In fact, Odisha has been pulling the strings of destruction throughout the game. It's just that they have failed to produce that all-important netter. This is another fine chance. Cross coming in from the right, but a bit too much on the ball and definitely lacking the clinical direction that could have created any possible cast of shadow in the minds of the player. Now the long shot taken in. Not a very decent effort. But now things are getting a bit too scrambled. Odisha once again on the move from the left. They have used that left channel pretty firmly, but an exceptional piece of defensive work there from Telangana. It was Aditya Tomar with the sliding tackle, and he ensured that no harm befalls the opposition. A fine start. Ladies and gentlemen, let me again remind you all that the broadcasting partner of the Hero 70s of the 76th Hero NFC Santosh Trophy is Sports KPI. So do not forget to check them out as well. But now Odisha comes knocking in. Praveen Tigga with the throw. Telangana standing tall, tussling for the ball, and eventually the referee blowing the whistle. There's a bit of a push involved. It was the 45th minute that the Odisha coach Salim Akbar was shown the yellow card. Now Odisha with the ball. They'll have to keep their calm. It's just the end of the first half and they are just trailing by a solitary goal. So they'll have all the time in the world when the second half resumes to probably find the back of the net and restore parity and even surge forward. But they'll have to show that composure. They cannot let that poise of theirs crumble. They have actually shown their attacking intent. They have done all the things right. They have forced Hyderabad into, or rather, they have forced Telangana into saves. Apologies for the same. But at the end of the day, they have not found the back of the net. And these things are common. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, out of the 10 to 12 chances that you create, you will probably be finding the back of the net just a solitary time. You have to keep on believing. That's more important. And a quick ball sent forward. The goal defender had to put in a staunch shift eventually. And then Hamzo, trying to clear the lines, eventually clattered it onto a rambunctious move from the Odisha attacker. So a goal kick now in favor of Odisha, and they like to take their time. We are almost at the end of that additional 5 minutes of the first half. Here's an opportunity, sends it forward. The ball still not rolled out of play. A bit of a chance here. But it will stay comfortably with Odisha now. Odisha just trying to venture forward. They still have a minute of action remaining. They will like to go into the tunnel all square. That can be, if they manage to find the back of the net, that can be a deafening blow to the aspirations of Telangana. Well, Odisha is pressing hard. They are pressing forward, sends the ball towards the goal, but eventually puts in a bit too much on the ball. And before the attacker could have reeled it back in, the ball was already out of play. So a goal kick at the end of the day. We are down to the final 10 seconds of the first half. A long goal kick taken. Just not willing to keep any danger in their own half. And that's the whistle for the first half. Telangana will be going into the tunnel with a very slender lead, as there was a phenomenal finish from the big man Salai, who volleyed it into the back of the net in clinical fashion to impart the lead to the men in white and yellow, Telangana. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will shortly return with the second half of the contest. Still then, stay tuned, stay posted. Just to give you all a heads up here are the stats in the first half. Telangana having a bit to edge on the possession with 52%, wherein Odisha has struggled a bit, but not by miles. Definitely, Odisha has a lot more shots on target than Telangana. They have 7 shots taken, while in Telangana has 6. Both the sides have managed to register 2 shots on target. Telangana has 4 corners for themselves. Odisha somehow has not managed to get the corners. 4 fouls were drawn by Telangana, wherein 5 were drawn by Odisha. In terms of yellow card, Odisha will have to be a bit more careful. They have already been shown 2 yellow cards, so they'll have to keep things in mind as the second half approaches. And ladies and gentlemen, just to give you all a heads up, all these important stats, all these impressive numbers, whoever likes numbers, these were powered by Sports KPI, the broadcasting partner of Santosh Trophy, of the Hero NFC Santosh Trophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second half of the contest. It was an electric first half between two teams, Odisha and Telangana. Both the sides duking it hard against each other, wherein Telangana eventually found the back of the net through a sublime strike from Solai. At the same time, Odisha, they have definitely been the more dominant side in terms of statistics, but at the end of the day, the ones who can manage to score are the true winners of the game, and that has been a tragic, yet a thorough unfurling of football. So we're all set, and this time on the screen, from the left to the right, will be the men in white and yellow, Telangana, wherein on your screen, from the right to the left, will be the man in blue, Odisha. And it is Odisha who kick-started proceedings straight away, launching it into the opposition half. And a goal kick that was sent down that central channel. A quick ball being played right now by Odisha. They are trying to keep the ball on the ground. They actually have managed to keep the ball on the ground and eventually launch those precise deliveries forward. However, as things stand, to be very honest, it has not seemed like that when the major part of the knocking needed to be done, they had, like, this was another opportunity. Once again, they had a very good opportunity to cross the ball into the box. But look at this cross. Way overpowered shot for the Stars. Something that will definitely not make their coach happy. They've come they've come out with a strategy. They've come out with a strategy to counter Telangana's strategy of probably parking a bus in their defense and thwart away all the opportunities or probably the deluge of chances that Odisha is going to inflict upon them come the following 45 minutes. But the question is, does Odisha have the accuracy can Odisha actually turn the tide of the game by showing some clinical precision in the field? Only time will reveal the answer to the same, because at the end of the day, this is football and we have seen giants fall. We have seen Davids win. We have seen the most impossible unfurl ahead of us, wherein we have simply stayed rooted to the screens, stayed rooted to the ground, with the hope that probably scenes like these will follow suit over and over again. We have seen happiness, we have seen tears, we have seen smiles. The football ground is a burning cauldron of all possible emotions that you can have. But at the end of the day, whatever unfurls on the field, whatever unfurls in the 90 minutes defines so many things in the world. And right now, what we witness is the Indian youth taking shape, is the future of Indian football battling it out at the Capital Football Arena in Bhubaneswar, as a battle between Telangana and Odisha continues in the 76th edition of the Hero NFC Santosh Trophy. This is a fine ball here. Telangana trying to control the ball from the far right. That's a brilliant back flick, trying to create a chance from the right. The goalkeeper will eventually come out. He had a brief spill at the moment, but then the ball seemed firmly in his control, so no troubles whatsoever. And now Telangana on the move, but this time Odisha will have the ball at their disposal. They'll play those short passes amongst themselves. The ball's back to Srinath D on that far right. He's looking for options. He stitches it forward. The ball has now been played to the extreme of the right channel. Some decent footwork there. It's fallen back to Srinath and now to their captain Rakesh Aram. in the central. Oram just assessing his options, plays it to Praveen Tigga. Tigga turns and now plays it back to Sheikh Sabaz Alam. Back to Tigga again. And this time plays it down that far left. Quite a chase, yeah, and eventually win the chase. Srinath D. Back to the captain, Rakesh. Just hoping that he can spot the players forward. Now, here it comes. Slowly, Odisha once again starting to build. Praveen Tigga plays it to the far right. This time, it's Sheikh Shahnawaz Alam with the ball. Or Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. Apologies for the same. And now Telangana has a chance to break. Can they use this opportunity? Another long ball sent forward. It's a battle of 2v1, and eventually the goalkeeper of Telangana, or rather, sorry, the goalkeeper of Odisha, Ankit Bhuya, would come out and collect it comfortably. The ball's back with Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. This time he sends a long ball forward. There were 3 Odisha attackers marauding for that opportunity, but eventually a firm piece of defending there from Telangana ensured that no harm befalls them at the moment. The scoreline still remains intact. Once again, the four defenders of Odisha have been pretty active. They have played a lot of passes between them. But the problem is for Odisha so far has been the moment they have sent the ball forward, they have failed to utilize the opportunities and the space that has been granted to them. Just a few moments back, we saw another opportunity, once again stitched forward, but the same story. Another fine piece of defending here from Telangana. Telangana keeping their guards up high, ensuring that they do hold on to that lead for life. This is a great chance, and what a save! What a clinical save from the goalkeeper. Another opportunity, but this time Telangana has things covered. Eventually, the ball still not gone out of danger, and it finally goes out of bounds. Well done, Nishan Sarkar, a busy man in the first half, and this time, clinical display, a phenomenal display of his aquiline reflexes put into action, and what a fine save with his feet, denying Odisha again. Odisha is battling it hard. They have created the chances, but once again, they have failed to find the back of the net. Kudos to the Telangana defense. At times they have been fortunate as well, but definitely all plaudits to the goalkeeper of Telangana, Ishan Sarkar. What a fine tournament he's having. Or sorry, what a fine contest he's having. Today actually was the first time he came on for Telangana. And he's back in field again. Now plays it forward. And the goalkeeper comfortably, or rather the defender comfortably steering it away. But Odisha still has the ball back. They have regained possession. And this time they're trying to build something from that right. Can they get that opportunity? It seems that the Telangana defenders are extremely alert and vigilant. They will not let a single opportunity get towards the goal. They know that their goalkeeper is putting everything on the line. This is a fine ball. Another chance for Telangana. Another chance for Odisha this time. Apologies. But once again, before he could have finished, there you go. A crucial intervention from the captain of Telangana, ensuring that the ball doesn't go into the back of the net. It's gone out for a corner. And it's all happening. Odisha starting to fire on all cylinders. Odisha bringing out the heavy artillery right in time. And now it's time for a corner. An opportunity for Odisha to restore parity. They have started banging on the door early in the second half. And they are banging loud enough. Now the question is, will the door give in? Or does the Telangana rearguard has the required force and energy up their sleeves to thwart the whirlwind of attacks that Odisha is stitching? Another header, another save, and the ball still doesn't get into the back of the net. Ishan Sarkar, standing tall under the woodwork, keeps on denying. A barrage, a wave of Blue Army coming in waves right now, putting in all possible attack. Shabbir Ali giving out instructions to his defense here, hoping that they can stave away all the attacking intent of Odisha. A long throw coming in from Praveen Tigga this time. And eventually it was a foul throw given. So the referee quickly having a word there with the two defenders. Will try and confirm what exactly has unfurled. We can see the captain of Odisha, Rakesh Oram, in the center. In all likely circumstances, it feels as if a free kick has been given. No, it's a throw-in actually. So Praveen Tigga takes the throw, steers it towards the goal, but Telangana has the ball back. Odisha has managed to regain possession. And now they would like to drive down that central channel. But the defense of Telangana standing tall and now driving forward from the left wing, hoping to find some space, trying to create a fancy piece of footwork. A bit of a tug there from the back, and the referee eventually blowing the whistle. The tug seemed a lot more substantial, and hence the free kick. So this is a chance now for Telangana to probably launch a ball into the opposition half. It's once again their captain, Shafiq Mohammed, who has been shouldered with the onus of sending those long balls in. And the ball floats inside the box. Odisha haven't cleared it properly in the first go, but eventually does manage to lay claim on the ball, and the referee's whistle blaring again. Anyway, this time giving a free kick to Odisha, so Odisha will be happy and they can start from the back. That has been their forte, and it's good to see that their defenders have started coming forward, and that is why their attack have now become a multi-pronged attack instead of those single dimensions of incursions from that right wing that they usually utilize pretty vehemently in the first half of the game. Odisha trying to stitch a few quick passes between Sheikh Shabaz Alam and Praveen Tigga. And now the captain is on that far left, Rakesh Ram. There's a switch in formation. It seems like that they have gone to a three-man defense now. There has been no change in defensive personnel for sure, but they have changed the formation a bit. And they send a cross once again. That cross, haywire, way off target, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick again in favor of Telangana. A chance here, and it's a goal kick now. Another quick ball being sent towards that far right. Odisha still hoping to pounce, hoping to create a chance. A brilliant cross comes in, but headed clear by Telangana. The danger still not over. It remains. The ball keeps on lingering in the opposition half, and eventually throw it now going the way of Odisha. It's Praveen Tigga with the throw again. Another long throw coming up. They will like to make all possible set pieces that they can afford. A long throw taken in. Once again, steered goal bound. The referee blowing his whistle, just ensuring that there isn't much heat in the box. We are almost about to finish 1 hour of football with Telangana holding on to their dear life for that slender lead. It's a 1-goal lead. It's a 1-goal cushion. There's a player down and medical attention has been summoned over. But as things stand, Telangana is firmly in the driver's seat in terms of goals. But when it comes to game, when it comes to stats, we have seen Odisha doing the narrative or dictating the narrative with an iron fist. They have come close on multiple occasions. It has been this man denying them over and over again. Another opportunity here. They'll have some defending to do, and well cleared away there by Telangana. But the ball has fallen back to Odisha's Praveen Tigga, back to Sheikh Shahnawaz Alam. Or apologies, it fell to Srinath, who's now switched towards the center. Now it's Sheikh Shahnawaz Alam, who's now moving towards the left, who's probably bolstering the midfield of the men in blue, just trying to give them some stability The ball's being sent down to that far left, but he fails to control it. Once again, the ball had too much power behind it. It feels as if Odisha is making life a lot easier for Telangana with these opportunities. A lot of opportunities are going begging right now, and if they have to hang in the center, they'll have to produce something significant. They'll have to produce something decent. They'll need to be a lot more precise, a lot more accurate. But it doesn't seem like that they have the required strength in their ranks at the moment to break down the persistence, to break down the resolve of the Telangana defense. Once again, another long ball. Now, as time is passing by, with every passing minute and second, it seems that the poise of Odisha is crumbling. It feels as if they are now getting a lot more desperate to launch the ball into the opposition box with the hope that a few of their players will be there at the receiving end trying to flip it back into the back of the net. But again, one needs to understand that football is a game of 90 minutes. Football is a game of football is a team game. If you keep on creating opportunities like this when you start sending the ball, this was another chance here. It was Sheikh Farid with a cross, but the ball rolled out of play. Another quick goal kick taken. The ball bouncing up in the air, and Odisha did manage to get ahead to it, but Telangana won't allow them to keep the ball in their possession for too long. This is a race here between Telangana and Odisha, and the referee blowing his whistle. The Telangana player clattering himself into the guts of the Odisha player. It was most likely Mohammad Shanawaz or Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. Yes, it was Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. And eventually, it's the player of Telangana who's actually down. We'll try and confirm who's the player who copped that blow. He was desperate to find the ball for himself, and it seemed that the ball was a bit too far-fetched from him, to be honest. 61 minutes of the contest is elapsed, and Odisha still to find the back of the net despite all the aggression, belligerence, and understanding. Well, Telangana, despite being on the defensive end, despite focusing on keeping the defensive solidity and integrity intact, they have failed to find the back of the net. Well, that's one of the primary reasons for the same, is that they have failed to produce the kind of precision that they want for themselves in the opposition half. Wherein Telangana, being the opportunistic side that they are, Sulai got one opportunity to unleash a shot, but the kind of effort that he unloaded, that is an effort of the first quarters. And you got to praise that. But Odisha has also been pretty firm in their persistence, in their pursuit of finding that equalizer. Now this is a great ball. This can be a chance. Shooting space, takes the shot. But once again, puts too much power behind the ball. Didn't have much of scope here. Sheikh Farid again takes that shot. But before he could actually have found himself in a convenient position to unleash that shot, the Telangana defenders were all upon him, not allowing him that required angle, that required space, didn't allow him to be comfortable on the ball. And hence it rolled, or rather it flew out over the woodwork eventually with another opportunity going big. This is a great chance, however. Nonetheless, Odisha still has a lot of time in their sails to try and equalize. They have 28 minutes to follow. Telangana, on the contrary, will be desperate to find the insurance strike. If they can find that second goal here, they will probably be sealing the match, going by the context or going by the momentum of the fixture. This time, trying to dart down from the try, but plays it back. Another opportunity here for Odisha. They have the chance, they have the scope to move forward. It's Sheikh Farid on the far left, keeps the ball in his control, dribbles past Tamaka, sends a brilliant cross. Once again, before they could have made good use of it, the Telangana defender coming in with a crucial header of an intervention and then eventually clearing the lines. Odisha is taking a bit too long on the ball, than to their own liking, that's actually allowing Telangana to clear away the danger lines. Another ball comes floating in from the try, but the Telangana defense seems absolutely alert. But Odisha is not going to give up that early. Praveen Tigga, trying to go for glory for himself from range, eventually shoots it out. There's another Telangana player who's down, and the medical attention has been resummoned to ensure that the player is all right. We can see the stretcher being brought onto the field. That's not a good sign, actually. Most likely, it was kind of a leap and a collision that happened a few moments back. So, most likely, while he landed, he must have landed on his hip, because that's what it seems like. Here's the coach of Telangana, Shabbir Ali, an eminent Indian footballer during his days, an eminent Indian coach who has been or who has actually instructed or who has taken the reins of countless Indian football clubs, even at times the Indian national football team. So he knows what he's doing. He's a man of immense vision, he's a man of immense depth and knowledge. Here's a chance for them to have some breathing space for themselves. Odisha has actually inflicted empty shackles upon them at the moment, even though to find a way out of all that attacking intent, all the waves of belligerence that has been stitched together so far by the men in blue. Another chance this time, looking for a center from the right, sends across this time far closer to the goal than the previous ones, but it wasn't decent enough to once again probe the goalkeeper. Goes out of play. Another goal kick, another opportunity goes begging. Somehow or the other, they are going for glory. If you follow the pattern in Odisha's football, they have been going for glory from the sides, and it hasn't yet yielded any result. Well, they definitely seem confident about the results being on the horizon, but until that result comes, until they find the back of the net, these misses will keep on haunting them in the worst of their nightmares. After so much attack, after so much intensity, if they are unable to win this fixture or even salvage a point from this fixture, it will be them who should be made culpable for the miss. They have been overtly profligate in the attacking third. They have failed to utilize their opportunities. They have failed to show precision. Nonetheless, they have not found the back of the net. And at the same time, all kudos to the goalkeeper of Telangana, Ishan Sarkar. What a fine game the youngster has had. Pulled in crucial saves, at least thwarted 3 sure goals. That kind of gives out the idea of how phenomenal he has been throughout the contest. Another opportunity here, but this time he dragged it right. The problem with Odisha's attacks is, despite all this intent and despite all the belief that they have in themselves, they have somehow not been allowed the space that you would want for yourself to finish. Other than that opportunity that came towards that came in the dying embers of the first half, wherein they had an entire opening, or whether they had an entire goal gaping in them that was still steered away. Brashly by their attacker. But other than that, they have had to toil hard for these chances. They have not got the desired angles, they have not got the desired connection. A shot comes floating in! A full stage dive from Ishan Sarkar. And eventually, it's a phenomenal save as well. It was Advin Turkey with the shot. It actually wasn't a save, sorry. It felt that he's got a fingertip to it, but it's going to be a goal kick. Advin Turkey trying his luck from distance, and eventually the yellow card coming out for the goalkeeper Ishan Sarkar. for wasting time. They'll have to be careful. There's still 22 minutes of football remaining, rather 21. So he cannot afford to concede another yellow card. This was a fine strike, a thunderous effort from range from Advent Turkey, but it wasn't decent enough to probably head goal bound. But once again, Odisha keeps on knocking on the doors, and now the referee's blown the whistle. There was foul play involved. There's a captain of Telangana who's down at the moment, Shafiq Mohammed. It seems that he's getting back on his feet. It's good to see that he's back on his feet, and that is what will matter. But as things stand again, we are now about to enter the final 20 minutes of the contest. A whirlwind of two teams playing their own footballing brands. Telangana with the defense, Odisha with the attack. Ishan Sarkar with some phenomenal saves, wherein the entire attacking unit collaborating very well amongst themselves. It was Ishan Sarkar of Telangana who was given the yellow card. The goalkeeper, as confirmed a few moments back. Now the long ball darted forward. Now Telangana has a few players forward, sends the ball to that far left. An opportunity for them to send in a cross. The cross comes in, but takes a deflection off an Odisha player and goes out for a corner. The fifth corner of the day for Telangana. Another chance for them to probably try and create a chance, to try and create an opportunity, to try and double the lead that they are so desperately looking forward to. The captain quickly acknowledging it. It is so far the captain of Telangana, Shafiq Mohammed, who's pulled off all these crucial set pieces. And he has another chance to whip it, floats it in the box, but Odisha was equally up to the task. And another throw, taking a deflection in its flight path. The game's still far from over. There's a lot of drama remaining, especially considering the kind of attack that Odisha has managed to stitch throughout the games. It is their home ground. We are live from the Capital Football Arena in Bhubaneswar. Actually, it was a free kick, not a throw-in. It was going to be Solai. With that free kick floated in the box before he could have actually reached for that. That ball rolled out of bounds, and a goal kick now in favor of Odisha. And Odisha starts with a quick goal kick, with Telangana showing conviction at the moment, showing the high press that they need for that insurance strike. But Odisha also equally brilliant. Right now it's Sheikh Shabaz Alam sending the ball forward, and this time it was Advent Turkey with it. The ball's back to Shabaz Alam, and now sends another ball, and this time we have Rahul Mukhi on that far left from Odisha. Plays the ball towards the central channel, but the defender has cleared away the lines. And once again, Rakesh Aram covering a lot of ground, asking his players to move forward. As we mentioned, as we observed, that there was a change in formation that Telangana utilized, or rather that Odisha utilized. And now Telangana has an opportunity there. Almost. It was Kup Hangzo wanted the ball for himself, but he found himself a bit too far from the trajectory of the ball. And now Odisha comes knocking again. Back to Sheikh Shabaz Alam. Plays it down that far left channel. It's Rahul Mukhi with the ball. Back to Sheikh Shabaz Alam. Plays it forward. A fine turn, but he has a defender ahead of him. It's Dinabandhu Das who's been brought on. Dinabandhu Das found the back of the net in the preceding game for Odisha. Another long shot coming in from Advent Turkey, and this time definitely not on target. Some time for Telangana to steal away. They want to probe the goalkeeper from range. Another player down. Now, given the heat, given the humidity, it's quite obvious that cramps like these can happen. Once again, Odisha is definitely not happy with the developments at the moment. But again, if someone is to be blamed for this current situation, it has to be Odisha themselves. They have had countless opportunities coming their way. They have had an open goal to nudge the ball into the back of the net, but none of them have actually been utilized. Now, if you are letting go of so many opportunities, there's no point in complaining that the time is not going your way, because at the end of the day, what matters is that you utilize your opportunity, you make good use of whatever comes your way. And this is a fine run. Oh, this is a fine piece of work from Solai again. Just hoping to create a cross this time in the far right. Look at this. Leaves Rakesh Aram in a tangle and then went for a shot. Most likely it felt like a cross, hoping that the player at that far left would actually reach out for it. But it's felt that he was stuck in his place and he couldn't cover the run. We are now down to the final 15 minutes of the game, or at least of the regulation time. Another chance for Odisha. They're trying to get some space for themselves, but given the fact that they are taking too much time on the ball, is allowing Telangana to go forward. Another fine save from Ishan Sarkar. Darting forward, a shot comes floating in. Ishan saves. Oh my word, how would you miss from that range? How did Odisha miss from that range? Would you believe that? It was Rahul Mukhi. The entire goal at his disposal. The goalkeeper down, and he has skied his effort. It felt that there was a touch from the goalkeeper. So once again, Ishan Sarkar pulling off another crucial save. The corner floats in and it eventually goes out for another corner at the other side. What a game is Ishan Sarkar having. A twin save in a span of just 2 minutes. Can we call it twice a trice? Twice in a trice? Well, definitely we can. Ishan Sarkar, the lead man for Telangana, keeping on denying Odisha at the moment. Odisha still trying to find the back of the net, desperate for that equalizer. And it seems that Ishan is not going to allow them find that, at least with the current form that he is in. Another chance, another cross floating in from the right, headed clear by Telangana comfortably this time. It's all happening at the Capital Football Arena in Bhubaneswar. The home team Odisha still to find the back of the net despite the unsparing salvo that they have inflicted upon Telangana. Wherein Telangana, despite being on a defensive mode, despite letting Odisha continue with their offense, they still have a lead to protect. Ishan Sarkar already in the books of the referee. He'll have to be careful about taking his goal kicks and about going for his fouls. A few quick passes now between Telangana. As a matter of fact, Rahul Mukhi will definitely not be happy with what just unfurled a few moments back. A phenomenal strike came floating in towards the Telangana goal. Another chance here. This can be that equalizer. Rahul Sarkar off his position. But once again, the defender putting in a crucial tackle to send it a bit far from the goal. Another chance comes in. But it seems that it will be going down in history. This was the move. A fine cross. A free header there from Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. And he somehow manages to head it wide. A change happening for Telangana here. It's Syed Yusuf who will be coming in place of Mbaklat Nongklaw. There's another player of Telangana who's down at the moment. And what we are witnessing currently is impeccable goalkeeping from Ishan Sarkar. What an absolutely ferocious contest he's had. There would not be any second thoughts on this. If somebody has to pick the man of the match, well, definitely it'll be on the referees, it'll be on the judges to make the call. But if somebody, Telangana, will like to pick the man of the match, it has to be Ishan Sarkar. He has pulled off countless saves. He has kept Telangana afloat in the game, even though 12 minutes are remaining. And at any point in time, the complexion of the game can change. The game itself can turn on its heels, especially considering the belligerence that has been shown by Odisha. But Telangana, if they can manage to hold on to this lead, if they can protect the slender 1-0 cushion they have, then undoubtedly Ishan Sarkar will be the big man, will be proving himself exactly up for the occasion of this contest. And Telangana will be happy to take away the 3 points. They already have three in their kitty with a fine win in that opener. Another chance comes in. Ishan Sarkar pulls up another save. The ball floating in from the right. A phenomenal header from Dinabandhu Das, and eventually collected comfortably at the end of the day by Ishan Sarkar. It feels that he cannot do anything wrong today. Whatever he touches turns to goal. And he continues to protect the citadel of Telangana fiercely, with every possible bit of soul and sweat left in him, with every possible drop of blood that he has to offer. He will protect that citadel of Telangana until that final whistle is blown. We are now down to the final 10 minutes of regulation time. And once again, Telangana quickly sending the ball forward, not allowing Odisha to probably build another attack. Now Telangana, a bit of a collision between themselves, but eventually manages to send the ball forward. We have Salai on that far right, plays it to the far left. This is a decent switch of flags, but the flag's already gone out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me remind you that this game is brought to you by the official broadcasting partner of Hero NFC Santosh Trophy. And it is the 76th edition of Hero NFC Santosh Trophy, and the official broadcast partner is Sports KPI. So please do not forget to check them out as well for this impeccable broadcasting that they are bringing to you live off the first tier of the premium tier of state level football. A fine header, the opportunity for Odisha, and Ishan Sarkar still not allowing that space. Dinabandhu Das, how many chances will he need to convert? What a chance! Cross coming in from the right. All he needed to do was place it into the back of the net, but all he could manage was send it straight at a diving Ishan. Once again, kudos to Ishan. Ishan's down on the ground. He's receiving some attention there, some medical attention. But what a game this young lad has had. What a phenomenal game this young lad has had. Almost single-handedly kept Telangana afloat, and he continues to do so. Let me tell you, as the time keeps on passing by, as we head towards that final whistle, these attacks are gonna multiply. These attacks are gonna compound. Odisha is gonna come in even bigger waves. You will not be surprised to see a tidal wave launching straight at the heart of Telangana. But till the time this man stands tall, he will definitely not go silently into that night. A quick medical attention being given away to Ishan Sarkar. A few frowns in the faces of the Telangana team. They want the lead to be intact. They want a victory for themselves. They haven't been the best of the two sides, but when it comes to goals, they definitely have the driver's seat in their favor. It's a goal kick now in favor of Telangana. Ishan's back on his feet. And the long goal kick taken not by Ishan but by the defender. Odisha once again has the ball in their control. Once again comes darting forward, trying to stitch a few important passes. And it's down to that far left to Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. And it's back to the captain Rakesh Aram. Odisha still has the ball. This time they have Sanjit Kora on that left. Sanjit passes it to the far right. Sends another important cross in the box. But as things stand, Odisha will have to forge an alliance from the back. They have Advin Turkey now on that far left. Advin taking his time and eventually wins a corner for his team. Wins another opportunity to pose another serious threat. Another substitution happening for Odisha here. And it is forward Kartik Hantal coming out. And the man who will be going out is Sanjit Koda. This corner will carry a lot of weight. Srinath D will be taking the corner for the men in blue. Quickly sends a corner, but a pretty flat one. Chance takes the shot. Blocked away by the defense of Telangana. And this time, it's the Telangana defense who's doing the talking. Ishan have had his fair share, and now the Telangana defense coming up with equal brilliance, ensuring that he has to save as less as he can. The danger is still not over. The ball still remains with Odisha. There's another player down. This is the confirmation. Sanjit Koda has been taken off, and it was Kartik Hantal for Odisha who came in. Kartik is a forward, and he's known for his goal-scoring prowess. He still has 5 minutes of regulation time and probably 3 to 4 minutes of added time that will be coming on. We can take a team right in the field. The Odisha players in a hurry. There's another player of Telangana who's down at the moment. So we'll try and show you what exactly has unfurled, but it's most likely due to the heat. Players are having the cramps. It's quite obvious. When you play for 90 minutes, when you play at such a high level of football, when you play such high intensity game, things like these are quite obvious. And we'll try and confirm who was the player who was being stretched off the field. So most likely there will be a substitution for Telangana. But at the moment it seems that there is a corner in place for Odisha, a chance that they like to utilize. They take a corner on the ground. They wanted to turn it on the go. And the ball's eventually rolled out of play, and a goal kick now in favor of Telangana. These are strategies of stealing away a few crucial seconds. And believe me, at a high-level platform like these, you would see them frequently, especially in the dying embers and when the lead is this slender. Once again, Odisha trying to build from the back. Rakesh Aram launches a ball downtown. Well taken care of by the defender, by the captain of Telangana. Other than Ishan, he has also been a pretty solid figure, a pretty resolute figure in the opposition defense. Bit of a tangle there. The referee quickly blowing the whistle and awarding a free kick to Odisha actually. It's going to be a free kick now in favor of Odisha. Another dangerous position for a free kick to be taken. As we said, as time is going to pass by, Odisha is going to come forward in numbers. Odisha is going to come forward in waves. And if Telangana wants to keep them at bay, they'll have to defend a lot more ferociously. They'll need to keep the possession in their favor. That is something which they are giving away way too cheaply at the moment. Here's a chance. Floats that free kick in. It was goal bound. But the defender once again pulling off a crucial intervention there. It was Srinath D with that free kick. Now when you go an all-out attack, there's this one more aspect that you need to take care of, and that is you leave your own defense vulnerable. When you leave your own defense vulnerable with just one or two men in the defense, probably if there is a counter, it becomes extremely difficult for your team to defend. Now, if Telangana does manage to find the back of the net here, at least for once more, they'll put the game to bed for good. But right now, they are more focused on the defense. They're more focused on keeping the scorecard intact. They have a ball to chase. But Odisha seemed pretty comfortable and eventually cleared away the lines. Well, Odisha has actually won the ball back, or rather, Telangana has won the ball back, and they can dart forward from the right. However, Odisha will ensure that they have the ball in their favor again and they can put it forward. Time for Odisha to break free. This is a golden chance. Shot taken. Ishan saves it. And the defender clears. Ishan once again pulling off another save. This time a bit too hasty, however. He couldn't get it comfortably. It bobbled out of his grasp. And the defender quickly putting in a crucial intervention there to trade it for a throw. Another long throw coming in from Praveen Tigga. Advin Turkey with the ball. Manages to keep the ball, manages to take that inside, send across in the far right! Oh my word! Once again, opportunity goes begging. Another chance, another waste. And as things stand, Odisha will have to take content with the dearth of goals that they have. The game's still not over, we'll have regulation time coming on. But if things remain, now just to give you all a confirmation, a staggering 8 minutes have been added at the end of the half. This is the chance. Odisha, can they utilize that? Telangana living dangerously on the edge. They'll have to defend for 8 more minutes, 8 minutes of additional time. Believe me, Odisha is going to make their life as difficult as they can. But again, at the end of the day, if the back of the net is not spotted, then it will not work out for Odisha. No matter how aggressive they are, no matter how definitive they are, no matter how solid they are. It's now a goal kick. And once again, they'll take their time. It's Aditya Tomar with the goal kick for Telangana. Launches it forward. Can Telangana manage to lay claim on the ball at such a crucial juncture of the game? Evidently, it doesn't seem like. It seems that Odisha will keep on knocking on the doors. Here's a chance. Again, another cross comes floating in from the left. There's a player at the far left, Sheikh Shahbaz Alam. But before he could have converted the cross towards the mat of the goal, that was a poor connection actually. He caught the toe end of the ball and eventually the ball rolled out of play. Another goal kick there. Once again, Aditya Tomar all set for the goal kick. Takes it quickly. Kind of a tussle there, and that's a clattering tackle from Telangana, ensuring that their opposition doesn't have a way forward, that their opposition may not, it doesn't matter how hard they knock on the doors, that door should remain shut. But another beautiful cross coming in from the left, but once again, defenders holding their ground, standing tall. Oh, this is a fight over chance again. But the ball's still not gone out of play. So the chance remains. Advin pass. But the defender deflecting it away. And the ball still remains. And eventually Telangana will have a better possession of the ball. And now sends it forward. Now this is a chance for Telangana to probably build an attack. But they'll concede the possession. And the referee's blown the whistle. It feels that Salai, the goal scorer for Telangana, was fouled. And hence, this is going to be a free kick. The Odisha defenders are absolutely furious with the decision. They are not going to take it lightly. But this is a chance for Telangana to steal away a few crucial seconds of the game. This is an opportunity here. Telangana sends the ball forward. There's a player waiting at that far left, but eventually won't lay claim to the same. And now Odisha launching another ball forward, another offensive in the making. Can they make good use of it? This time from the right, hoping for a cross, looking for options ahead. But a very emaciated pass at the end of the day, allowing Odisha, or rather allowing Telangana to regroup and send another ball forward. But Advin Turkey this time from Odisha sends another crucial ball from the left. Again, Ishan Sarkar darting out of his line and wrapping his gloves around the ball comfortably, putting an end to the effort. We still have 4 minutes of action coming up. So this game is far from over. This was a chance Telangana felt that they would like to use another players down for Telangana, but Odisha doesn't want to stop the game. They want to keep on driving forward. They want to keep on attacking. There's another golden ball. Ishan was out of his line. And once again, how have they managed to miss it from that range? The entire goal was at their behest. Ishan was half-heartedly off his line, couldn't cover his ground. But it seems that Odisha has made their mind that no matter how many opportunities come their way, they will still stutter and stumble. This was another great opportunity. How could they miss? Oh my word. This is absolutely shambolic from their attacking unit. This is something which is a work of amazement. The misses that Odisha has apparently have so far. A golden opportunity. They had an open net miss. They had another open net gaping at them with the goalkeeper down. They managed to miss that. And now this. How many chances would Odisha need to eventually find that equalizer? You see, it's simple. The answer remains that at the end of the day, if you have or if you cannot take the opportunities that come your way, life won't be giving you opportunities. It's like, that's why we say that football is one of the best teachers of life. So we saw Odisha kept on barging in the door and created so many glorious opportunities for themselves. But at the end of it all, right now, given their profligacy, given the countless squandering away of the opportunities, they have eventually failed to produce that all-important strike that could have restored world order for them. But they come again. Another chance for them. Can they create that shooting space and unload an effort? They're looking for options. They try to stitch a pass, but Telangana won't be entertaining it. Straight away, clearing the lines for a throw-in. Another player of Telangana is down. Another substitution happening for Telangana. It's Kokkamudi Madan who's going to come out for Telangana. And the man who will be coming off will be Ryan bin Sohail. Once again, the stretcher has been summoned onto the field. And here's the confirmation. It's Ryan bin Sohail who had to be stretchered off, and Kokkamudi Madan is now on the field, who will be defending more than attacking. Again, another opportunity, another brilliant cross from the right, but again, headed away by Telangana. The ball falls back to Odisha. Chance for them. Another cross comes floating in. Once again, deflected away, rather repelled away by Telangana. They stand tall. Final few seconds of the extra time coming up, ladies and gentlemen. What an end has this been? What an electric contest has this been? The final whistle has been blown, and Telangana, after a hard-fought battle, after a terrific contest of 90 minutes and eventually 13 minutes of additional time, including the both halves, they have managed to walk away with the bragging rights. Emotions running high at the moment in the Telangana camp. Salai Malai with a strike, with a 29th minute strike from distance, with a thunderbolt, has eventually managed to secure 3 crucial points. Heartbreak for Odisha. But then again, at the end of the day, the number of chances that the men in blue have squandered away. If someone is to be blamed, it has to be them. No matter how many chances they created, no matter how many times they came closer and closer, they have failed to find the back of the net. And what a game from this youngster, Ishan Sarkar. Stood tall in under the woodwork, kept on denying the opposition. You can see how the players are surrounding him. He is truly the hero for Telangana today. There's the coach, Shabbir Ali, giving him a word, giving him a nod of acknowledgement. Well, wholeheartedly deserved, if we may say. A crucial game had this been for Telangana. We'll try and show you the stats. We'll give you the official confirmation of the result as well. Now, this is the coach of Odisha having a smile on his face, quickly having a word. But at the end of the day, it's all smiles. A phenomenal contest. Here you go. It's 1-0, the official confirmation of the game. Sulai Malai with the 29th minute strike, eventually sending Telangana to the promised land. Here's the stats. If you look at the stats, it changed drastically in the second half. 39% ball possession for Telangana, wherein Odisha led convincingly. 7 shots from Telangana, wherein 23 from Odisha. There's 2 shots that they managed to land on target. Telangana, it remains same. But Odisha managed to put 7 more shots on target. 5 corner for both sides. The fouls were pretty much on the higher side. 8 fouls from Telangana, 9 from Odisha. 1 yellow card for Telangana, that was Ishan Sarkar, wherein 2 yellow cards for Odisha. When it comes to red cards, now both the teams were full-fledged. And all these impressive numbers, they were powered to you by Sports KPI, the official broadcasting partner of the Hero 76th National Football Championship, Santosh Trophy 2022-2023. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, you may take a short breather. But once again, come 2:45, we have another thrilling encounter, another high-octane battle between 2 fine sides coming up exactly at the Capital One Arena. And it is between Sikkim and Pondicherry, wherein both the sides will be desperate for a victory. Now, if you have any plans in the afternoon, you should be finishing it early. For what follows at 2:45 at the Capital Football Arena, which will once again be brought to you live by Sports KPI, is the swashbuckling contest between Sikkim and Pondicherry of the Hero 76 National Football Championship Santosh Trophy. That's all from the first game today, and we will return shortly with the second at 2:45. Do not forget to tune in. Do not forget to join the live. And for now, it's us signing from the opener.